Hello and welcome to the Sunday Short Story Podcast. I'm your host, Aubrey Adrianson, and with me today are Steve Hayes and Amanda Hayes. Today I will retell the story of the Hindu creation myth, and Steve and Amanda will react to the story in ways that we've all either seen our children react to the story or in ways we believe children would react to the story. The purpose of the show is to point out some problems in these kinds of stories and how they are not useful in teaching children morals or important life lessons, while having a little immature fun at the same time. Today's story will be retold in part from actually the Godless Family website. So you can find this story on the website, and there's a link for you to go there. So, the Hindu creation myth. In the Hindu creation myth, the universe begins and ends as an ocean. Lying in this ocean is the god Vishnu in the form of a snake. Brahma, another Hindu god, comes from a lotus flower, and this lotus flower grows from Vishnu's navel, which is another word for belly button. Hindus believe that when this happens, Brahma wakes up from a sleep, and he began to make the universe. There are many different descriptions of how he does this. Some myths say that all the living things just sprung from his body, and that would also mean like the planets too. And Brahma is the creator of the universe, and our universe will last for only one day in Brahma's life, which is billions of years. At the end of the day for Brahma, the earth and universe will be destroyed by another Hindu god called Shiva. And then Brahma goes to sleep. When Brahma awakens again, another universe will be created. And that's the end of the Hindu creation myth story. Do I have any questions?
So this story is even weirder than those other creation stories. So there is this god, Vishnu, who's a snake.
Uh-huh.
And out of his belly button grew a flower, and out of that flower came another god, Brahma.
That's right.
So you know that snakes don't have belly buttons, right? And that flowers don't grow out of belly buttons, right?
Yes, I know that. But remember that these are stories about gods, and they are considered different, so they are born differently and have special powers.
Okay. So there's this god snake with a belly button swimming around in an ocean. What ocean?
Well, we really don't know. The ocean of the universe, I suppose. I don't think the writers of the story thought it mattered.
Why wouldn't it matter?
Well, because the ancient people who wrote and told this story had no way of figuring out things like the beginning of the universe. So they thought that there was nothing or a vast ocean before creation. That made sense to them at the time, since creation and the gods what was really important. An ocean or a vast void, like in Christian mythology, was good enough.
So how do these people know that there was the snake and a flower growing from a belly button since creation technically didn't happen yet?
That's a really excellent question. And there isn't anything in the story that tells us how people came to know this information. You also have to remember that ancient people didn't know a lot of the things we know now. For example, some ancient people believed that lightning came from a god to enact punishment. We now know that lightning is an electrical discharge that coming from clouds. These ancient people tried desperately to explain things that they couldn't understand.
So did Brahma create the planet and all living things?
Many Hindus believe that yes, Brahma created all things in the universe, including planets, air, plants, animals, etc.
So why would Shiva destroy the world?
The story doesn't say why, but Hindus believe that everything has a cycle. So by extension, the universe and our very existence is cyclic.
Okay, so why do they believe that?
Well, I'm not a Hindu, and I don't know if Hindus today even know the answer to that question, so I can only guess that ancient Hindus observed many cycles, like the seasons, the cycle of a plant, etc. And after those types of observations, they started to believe that everything must also have a cycle.
So a day in the life of a god is billions of years?
For Hindu gods, yes.
So how long do they live?
I don't know. Some people think that gods live forever. They never die.
Well, it's kind of hard to verify that kind of fact, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So tell me, what did you learn today?
Ancient people made up pretty wild stories about the beginning of the earth.
And nobody knows why gods do certain things. Not even the people who write these kinds of stories.